she does know not to stop for anyone, even a child on the side of the road, but she did call 911, and I think she kind of let her guard down, thinking that they were so close. And when she got out the car, she did tell my daughter-in-law, I can't just leave this little child on the side of the road.
We want the word of the day to be CARLEE.
All right, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. So listen, man, a lot of y'all know about this story, but a whole lot more people don't know about it. And the lack of media coverage that it's getting is kind of weird in my opinion. But hey, y'all already know this what my platform and others like mine do, you know, spread awareness on these type of situations. So let's go ahead and get into it. For those who don't know what's going on, I'm going to give y'all a brief summary of everything that took place. And in this video, I have a whole lot more details and information that just got put out to the media and things like that. But honestly, I feel like that this story should be getting the same amount, or if not more, media coverage than the submarine and things like that. It's crazy how they limit certain situations, but hey, it's the way of the world right now. But anyways, man, let's get into the story at hand. Okay, so 25-year-old CARLEE Russell was, you know, concerned about a child that she seen on the side of the road, so she tried to pull over and help, right? And in the midst of doing all of that, you know, she called 911, told them what was happening, and then she also called a family member and talked to a family member. I think it was the mother, if I'm not mistaken, but it was a family member for sure. She pulled over, you know, talked to 911, talked to the family member, and in the midst of all of that, the family member heard her screaming, and you know, she just went missing after that. And it's crazy, you know, I feel like that a lot of us already know what type of situation this was. It was very much like a trafficking feeling to me. You know, it kind of got me, you know, weirded out a lot, you know, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of us that would have pulled over to check on a baby that was in need of help. But it's sad to say that right now you can't even do nothing like that, man. You know, you just got to keep on pushing. As cold and heartless as it sounds, it's the truth. You know, we can't sit there and try to help everybody in every instance or every situation that they, you know, encounter. But you know, I've seen some pictures and things like that of people actually doing this in other cities, but this just right now is being broadcasted. And I feel like that, you know, people need to be more aware of what's going on in the world right now. It's kind of hard because these manipulation tactics that they're using are getting so manipulative and deceiving. It's kind of hard to decipher what's real and what's not. But, you know, to sum it all up, just focus on yourself. I'm gonna put it like that. But anyways, man, she's missing right now. They've been doing search parties and stuff like that, trying to find her, but as of now, it's no luck. I've been trying to get the 911 call. They haven't released this shit from my knowledge. I've been on it since I found out about the story a little bit earlier. And yeah, man, I don't see nothing about a phone call or anything like that, but they are gonna release some video footage and stuff like that a little bit later. Okay, as you can see right here, this is some of the initial video footage that has been reported as being her. As you can see, she's pulling over. She has a hazard lights on, checking on the child. Now, some things are cut off, but I do have more video footage in this video that y'all can see, you know, a full length of pretty much everything that took place before they cut it. I know they're using the rest of it for evidence, but as y'all can see, she pulled over to help the child, and it's just sad. But let's get back into the video. The things that I have in this video, all of them I have not watched in totality, so I'm gonna be new to some of these videos as well. But I did watch like one or two smaller ones, but I got longer extended versions so we can actually get into it. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into it and see what's up with this whole situation. And like the mother said, I think her name is Talitha Robinson Russell, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she was saying just take the time out to go to a store or to a motel or hotel or anything like that, just to look out, you know, just in your spare time, if you just going to the store, anything like that. But other than that, man, let's go ahead and get into it. I gave y'all enough. Let's go ahead and watch this.
That breaking news this morning, family police looking for this woman, 25-year-old CARLEE Russell. The details surrounding her disappearance are alarming. Hoover police say she disappeared from the side of I-459 around 9:30 last night after she called 911 to report a toddler walking on the side of the interstate near exit 10. Now, after calling 911, she stopped to check on the child, called a family member to tell them what was going on. Well, that family member lost contact with her. The line, however, remained open. Now, when Hoover police arrived to where she was last seen, they found her car still running with her belongings inside, including her phone and smartwatch, and they have not received any reports of a missing toddler.
So we are certainly following this very closely this morning. Family and friends are meeting at the Hoover Met right now to get the word out, but to begin a search as well for Carlee Russell.
And our Jonathan Skinner is live there now with the latest on that. Jonathan?
Hi, Mike and Janice. Yeah, we're here with the family and friends as well as the parents, Carlos and Talitha Russell. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you all for the coverage.
Yes, ma'am. So first, what's sort of the last thing you remember as far as seeing Talitha, seeing Carlee, and as far as hearing from her as well?
Yes, I last spoke with Carlee about 9:18 last night. She left Taziki's and was headed home. She picked both herself and me and herself up food. Then she talked with my daughter-in-law about 9:36. She told her she saw a child on 459 right before exit 10 that appeared to be 3 to 4 years old by themselves. She's pulled over. She called 911. But in the process, at some point, she got out the car. My daughter-in-law could hear her asking the child if they were okay. The child didn't respond, or at least she didn't hear her respond. He or she respond. And then she heard our daughter Carlee scream. And from there, all we could hear was noise, background noise in her phone, which we later found out was noise from the interstate. And so they have found her wig and her hat and her cell phone that were in close proximity to her car. So if anyone sees Carlee from the pictures that we have put out, just keep in mind, because her wig came off, her hair would be braided down to her scalp, so she won't have, long hair or anything like that is reflected on the picture. She pretty much has cheekbones like me. Pretty much our face is the same structure. So that's pretty much all the information we have. We do have some indication that there may have been a gray vehicle that a trucker saw that pulled in front of her car at some point as they were passing along the interstate. And that's all the information, or at least we have at this time. So I just ask everyone, if you would, pray. We are trusting God. We are staying positive. We are not allowing any negative thoughts to enter our minds. So all that we're doing is trusting God, believing God that our daughter will be brought home safely.
And you have a lot of support here,
Yes,
family and friends as well.
For everyone that is supporting us and has been supporting us since they heard of her missing last night. So we're just eternally grateful. And again,
We have more support coming. We want to continue to apply pressure to this thing. We don't want this to die down. We need this to blow up. So if anyone sees anything, no matter how minute, no matter how insignificant you think it is, please contact 911, contact us, and just keep us in your prayers.
Absolutely.
and we actually these people are here to help start a search party. Anaya Blanchard's mom is also on her way over here to help lead us in the search of. She has experience in it, and she's going to give us some pointers as well. But we just ask everyone to please, 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 wherever you are.
The lady that she's speaking of right now is a lady who actually lost her daughter, if I'm not mistaken, in a situation that was similar to this, like she stated before. And I know it's a traumatizing situation to have to continuously hear things like this once your child is, already gone from a situation like this. So it takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength, and I commend the person that can actually go help another person, even though they are still in some type of need, emotionally, mentally, whatever the case may be. But it is a sad situation where you can't even get out of your car to help the next human being due to the fact of how crazy the world is right now, how lascivious and lustful everyone is being. It's kind of weird, man. A lot of people are going through this mental and emotional warfare, spiritual warfare as well, and they're losing, continuously, and it's getting uncontrollable at an uncontrollable rate. But I hope that she is found safe and sound, or at least in good condition, and what I mean by that is I just want the girl to be living, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just sad, having a child makes you really, really sympathize with people like this, going through things like this, make you want to speak out, make you want to say something, because of how, it's just how the world is, But hey, let's get back into it. I just wanted to stop and let y'all know what was going on while she was being spoken on. Even though she did kind of elaborate on it, you'll get more details in one of the other videos I put in here. I got them together so weird right now, trying to hear if we can get them to y'all so we can get into it. But yeah, let's get into it.
If you're not in Birmingham, whatever, they could be in Georgia, we don't know, Mississippi, Tennessee, anywhere, just please keep your eyes out and be vigilant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mr. and Mrs. Russell, just thank you so much for your time. And we're definitely all praying for you all as well to help bring CARLEE home.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reporting from the Hoover Met, Jonathan Skinner, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Obviously,
Very
learning more details there. This is very alarming, very disturbing. Jonathan, thank you. Man, we got to push this out even farther. Folks, you see this picture, share it, please. Let's get the word out.
All right, let's walk back through this. I know we probably need what that family told us there. The mother confirming for the first time, family members on the phone with her on 459, stopping because she saw a toddler on the side of the road. Her mom telling Jonathan there that her family members could hear her asking the child if the child was okay, talking to that child, and then heard her daughter scream on the phone.
And then just rustling on the phone, nothing else from that. And then when police arrived near the area where she had made that phone call and saw her car, her car was still running. The phone was still left nearby, as well as her smartwatch. So, again, we need everybody to help get this word out.
They also found her wig, said she was wearing a wig, and they found that. This is terrifying. So we're going to stay on top of this with you. And again, if you see this, share it wherever, whatever social media you see it on, be sure to share it. And we're just hoping and praying that it's not as bad as it sounds.
All right, we are still going to continue now. We got to look at weather. Here's Matt Daniel.
WBRC Fox News starts with breaking news.
And we start with that breaking news out of Hoover. Federal and local authorities are searching for a missing woman after she reportedly stopped on the side of I-459 to help a child. Her name is CARLEE Russell. This story has certainly shaken all of us because the details are very concerning. Our Ajane Robinson joins us live from the scene with the latest. And Ajane, I understand there's a large search underway right now.
Yeah, that's right, Claire. I'm here in Hoover where several family, friends, and community members have gathered to help the Russell family look for CARLEE. Now, for several hours today, her family have been handing out these flyers asking anyone if they have any information to please call them and let them know. Now, they've been going to different neighborhoods, also posting on social media, again, asking anybody if you have any information about CARLEE's whereabouts to please, again, let them know. Now, just to recap what's been going on in the last few hours, now we know that CARLEE is 25 years old, 5'4", and was wearing all black with white Nike shoes. Now, just to recap, last night CARLEE was traveling home on I-459 South near mile marker 11 when she saw a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. Now, after calling 911, CARLEE stopped to check on the child and called a family member. Now, this family member tells us that she did hear screaming and interstate noise, then lost contact with her, but the line did remain open. Officers who were already en route to location located CARLEE's vehicle along with her phone and a few other of her belongings. The family is asking again if anyone and everyone to help find their daughter.
He's frozen.
She
there you go.
does know not to stop for anyone, even a child on the side of the road, but she did call 911, and I think she kind of let her guard down thinking that they were so close. And when she got out the car, she did tell my daughter-in-law, I can't just leave this little child on the side of the road.
We want the word of the day to be CARLEE. We just want to have her back home safe.
And you know, I've seen a lot of people saying that on social media and stuff like that when I did do my research on this. And I feel like this kind of, and what I mean by saying, they said this is that she should have never got out of the vehicle and things like that. But man, when you got a real sincere heart, you know, it can override your bit of judgment. And I'm not going to look down on you for doing something that's commendable, especially getting out to go check on the child. You know, I really, really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? If this situation didn't happen, you know. I just love the fact when people stand up when something is wrong, you know, even though sometimes it can not be your business per se. I can really commend you on that. But yeah, man, you know, her mother, everybody probably know, we know not to do certain things now, especially on the side of the road, but you know, your bit of judgment can get overridden by your heart, you know. your heart can control a lot of things, man. It does, on a lot of different occasions if you allow it. But yeah, man, the mother and them are going through something very, very tragic, and I can only sympathize with them because I really just don't know their feeling, but I can just imagine it, and I'm kind of getting a horrible vibe. So I can only imagine, man, watching your child grow and have to go through something like this right here, just being totally helpless, can really, really mess with you mentally. Let's get back into it, though.
Now, as you guys can see behind me, there's a large group of folks gathered here. Right now, they are regrouping and figuring out their next plan of action. And coming up at 11, I'll be speaking with Carlee's family, and I'll have more information to provide you then. Reporting live from Hoover, Ajane Robinson, WBRC, Fox 6 News, on your side.
Gosh, thank you, Ajane, for that update. And of course, we will continue to follow this breaking story. We will bring you updates as soon as we get them.
With experience searching for her own daughter is stepping in to support Carlee's family. Angela Harris is the mother of Anaya Blanchard, who was kidnapped and murdered in 2019 in East Alabama. Rosanna Smith continues our Team 12 coverage.
My heart's breaking, for them, But I'm going to help them. I'm going to be right here beside them.
Angela Harris is among dozens of people who have come together to find 25-year-old Carlee Russell, who went missing Thursday night in Hoover on I-459 South near mile marker 11. It's a search Harris is familiar with.
When I was missing, that's all I could, for the whole 32 days, is that your body's in a constant find my child. And there's nothing you can say or nothing you can do to make that go away.
In 2019, Harris's daughter, Anaya Blanchard, was kidnapped and murdered. Harris now leads Anaya's Heart, a nonprofit that teaches safety education, situational awareness, and self-defense. The group also has search and recovery teams.
We've worked all over the state of Alabama. Some things we do we keep private because we are working with law enforcement. But when I tell you it's every week, it's every week. That I'm working with people, our families with missing loved ones.
Harris says right now, time is of the essence to bring Carlee home.
Share Carlee's information with everybody. Tell all your friends. Just share it. Be on the lookout and be safe.
Harris says right now it is important for everyone to support and encourage the family and keep them lifted in prayer. Mark?
Rosanna, we will do that. There is a total of $25,000 in reward money on the table for any information that could help in the search for Carlee. If you think you could help, you should contact Hoover Police.
Thank you all for helping us get the story out today. I want to relay some of the facts as we know them so far and a few additional details that we've been able to uncover in this case. On July the 13th at approximately 9:34 p.m., the Hoover 911 Center received a call from a 25-year-old female on
Okay, this is all the information that you really gonna need in this right now so far, but I will be having more soon. I'm gonna keep y'all updated as much as I can be updated. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all watch this, and I'm gonna holler at y'all at the end of this video.
I know them so far and a few additional details that we've been able to uncover in this case. On July the 13th at approximately 9:34 p.m., the Hoover 911 Center received a call from a 25-year-old female on I-459 southbound near mile marker 11. She reported that she saw a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. After calling 911, the caller stopped to check on the child and also called a family member to report the same details. The family member lost contact with the caller, but the line remained open. Police officers who were already en route to the location of the initial 911 call located the female's vehicle as well as some of her belongings at the scene. They were unable to find her or a child in the area, and Hoover police have not received any additional calls of someone missing a small child. Detectives are currently investigating these incidents and are requesting the public's assistance to help locate Carlee Nicole Russell. She's described as a 25-year-old black female who is 5'4", 150 to 160 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, black pants, and white Nike tennis shoes. Carlee got off work last night around 8:20 p.m. from a business at the Summit in Birmingham. She's also believed to have stopped to pick up food from a business at the Colonnade before driving towards Hoover on I-459, where she stopped near mile marker 11. That location is between the Galleria flyover and exit 10 for Highway 150. A single witness has reported possibly seeing a gray vehicle with a light-complected male standing outside of CARLEE's vehicle, but we have no further information on that individual or the vehicle at this time. No piece of information is too small in this investigation. If you have any information, please contact Detective Brad Fountain at 205-444-7562 or Sergeant Drew Mims at 205-739-7274. You can also call Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama at 205-254-7777 if you wish to remain anonymous. An anonymous donor has offered $20,000 for the safe return of CARLEE Russell, in addition to $5,000 offered by Crime Stoppers. Again, you can call Crime Stoppers if you wish to remain anonymous, or you can call either of the investigators whose numbers I provided. The Hoover Police Department is currently partnering with many of our local, state, and federal partners in this investigation, and we're very grateful for the outpouring of support from our local community as well as the law enforcement community. We will continue to provide periodic updates as we have them, and we'll utilize our Twitter account at Hoover PD to release any pertinent information to the public. We would also ask the community to keep the Russell family in your thoughts and prayers during this very difficult time. At this time, I'll take a few of your questions.
Do you believe that she was taken by someone perhaps when she pulled her car off?
We currently are investigating every possibility in this case. We're certainly leaving nothing off the table.
Was her car door left open?
I don't know the answer to that.
And is there any mentality that this child might have been bait, or if there ever was a child? You said there's no missing persons cases for children.
Again, with all of those details, we're leaving nothing off the table and no stone unturned in investigating some of these facts.
Are y'all getting a great deal of tips? There's a great deal of public awareness. I know folks are handing out flyers. Are you hearing from the public on this?
Yes, we are. We've received a lot of tips, and as each of them comes in, we're assigning investigators to investigate those and see where that information leads.
You may have said this already, but what are any other agencies assisting you? If so, what are they?
Yes, we've partnered with numerous local agencies, too many to name, as well as federal and state partners. Pretty much everybody that we have a great relationship with in law enforcement is involved in this investigation.
Have you had any sightings of CARLEE Russell?
We don't know. Again, when we get a tip, we investigate that and follow up to the best of our ability.
And I know that families organize their own search. Are the police doing any organized searches?
Yes, we have a myriad of resources. Everything we have at the Hoover Police Department, in addition to those partners, is involved in this investigation right now. As you said, the family is doing some searches as well, and we're maintaining very close contact with them in that process.
Do we know if CARLEE had hung up, or did the dispatcher hang up when you guys had got that initial call?
CARLEE was actually on the phone with a family member when the call was terminated. However, the phone line remained open, and we followed up from there.
But she had called 911, correct?
Yes.
So how did that 911 call end?
I'm not sure.
Is there a way we could get the 911 call?
I don't have that at this time to provide to you.
Family members said that they heard her scream before the line was left open. Have you guys heard that in your investigation so far?
The family has relayed everything that they are aware of to us, and again, we're following up with any information that we're provided.
The family asked if it was possible to put out an Ashanti alert, I believe. Is that something that could have been done when you guys got the notification that she went missing?
So alerts of that nature are handled by Aaliyah, and we've provided all the facts of the case as we currently know them to them for them to review the case, and if they deem that to be appropriate, they will issue an alert.
Can you tell us who people should contact over the weekend as the search kind of continues?
Yes, I'll repeat the same numbers. The two gentlemen to my right are Detective Brad Fountain and Sergeant Drew Mims. They're with our Crimes Against Persons Unit. Detective Fountain's number is 205-444-7562. Sergeant Mims is 205-739-7274. And again, Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama is 205-254-7777. And you can call any of those numbers. They have people that either get messages or can return calls very quickly.
When police arrived at the scene on Thursday night, was her car running and was her phone located there at that location?
We did locate her cell phone at the scene. We're currently analyzing that phone to see if there's any information on there that could help us. As far as the condition of the vehicle, I'm not aware.
Have you ever had a stranger abduction in Hoover?
I would have to check our records for that.
How common are they?
Again, each case is unique, and this case is certainly a unique instance in our city, and we're doing everything we can to solve it.
Is there a staging area that you guys would be staging for searching or anything like that?
The police department is handling all of our resources internally, and if we need additional resources, we'll reach out to our partner agencies.
Does the missing woman have any mental illness history or any physical conditions that people should be aware about?
I can't speak to that right now.
Last question.
interstate cameras matches some of the descriptions of a car. Has that matched in the area down the road and all that?
We're currently reviewing any resources like that we have available to determine if there's any usable evidence from that.
All right, man. So yeah, what y'all seeing all the details and things like that, man, it's really, really hard on the mental, you know, to have to deal with something like this. I'm definitely sure. But you know, I'm glad that they stand strong. I'm glad that they are out here really trying to find the child, and what I mean by child is their child, the mother and the father. But yeah, man, to be going through something like this, bro, man, I don't see how you can be negative towards the parents or saying something negative about her as well. You know, she out here trying to do what humans should be doing, but you know, at the same time, we living in a world where a lot of things like that don't even matter. You know, people look for you in the most vulnerable ways and they try to capitalize on it. So you got to watch out for everything out here these days, man. You know, people don't have your best interests at all these days. I mean, you know, it used to be a little bit, but you know, nowadays, man, people just evil-hearted, manipulative, you know, just everything and below, you know, and above. But overall, man, you know, hopefully she's found safe and sound and alive, and hopefully that, you know, the more people see this, it really can bring more awareness to it, and they can really flush her out. And what I mean by that is, you know, actually, you know, putting pressure on this situation to where they feel like they're gonna have to just get rid of her, not like taking her life, but just to drop her off somewhere and let her go on about her way, you know. But yeah, man, I'm with the mom, them. I don't want to put no negativity on it. Even though a lot of these situations don't end well, I'm pretty sure that, you know, we should be able to get some type of look. If not, you know, I just want to say my condolences. But we're not going to put that out there. Like I just said before, I just want to make sure I'm covering all angles when I speak, when I say what I say. But overall, that's all I got to say. I want to know what y'all feel about everything in the comment section. I'm going to holler at y'all later on the updates. All right.